This nigga about to get
They about to use their ass whoop.
I was ready, determined. Hell, for $1, it was worth the risk. And the booty was looking good.
Yeah, and that's basically my impression of what happened at the end of tonight. If you guys saw the show, like I literally face palmed at the ending. But anyway, what's going on YouTube? It's Dirty Harry here to review TNA's Impact episode from January the 24th, 2013. This show was the fallout show from what happened last week with Faces and Eights. You had Taz reveal and Brooke Hogan's wedding get crashed basically by the Aces and Eights. Let me start by doing the pluses for tonight's show. It was a well-balanced match card. We got tag team matches, knockouts matches, some singles matches, and a bit of high flying from the X division. Plus number 2, the TNA Knockouts Valentines commercial. It was pretty hot. I liked it. Another big plus, the show started with the championship match. Basically heating it up. The promo for Christopher Daniels was amazing. You know, it really reminded, you know, fans who watched TNA for a while of what Daniels used to be. He was a fucking machine back in the day, and he still is to an extent, but he's more highlighted in a different way now, in my opinion. So it was good to see them show, hey, this dude is not a fucking joke. You know, he can actually win this belt. He's never won it before, so it means a lot to him. They did the same thing with Jeff Hardy with his promo later in the night at the midway mark, and I really thought that was good. I think World Championship matches should be hyped like that. Plus, we got an interview from Hardy. You know, just a good build for the match throughout the night. It's also good to see Jeff Hardy carrying both titles instead of just his custom belt. You know, a lot of fans were like, "Come on, man! It looks, girly. It looks this. It looks that." So rather than take away his individualism and make him carry only the TNA title, he's just carrying both of them, which works well with his character as well, I think. Plus, title matches on Impact. You know, it really felt like, oh, I need to watch these matches. We had 2 title matches on Impact. Another huge plus, which is probably the biggest plus of the night for me, were the announcers. The announcers did amazing throughout the night. You saw the announcers during the Knockout title match. They actually acknowledged and spoke about Tara's WWE days when she was the women's champion. She said she was a 2-time champion. And I thought that was great. It showed a lot of balls for them to do that. And it added more legitimacy to she's a champion. That's what she is. And I'm glad they did that. And also the world title match. They commented on Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles feud and how throughout the years, they had wars and whatnot, and how Styles' high-risk style is like Hardy style. So Daniels was like, yeah, I'm just going to use the same way I beat Styles over the years against Hardy. I loved how they did that. The announce team was just on point tonight. Taz coming in, basically being a propaganda for the Aces and Eights didn't hurt them either. The tag team match, it was good to see a tag team match. It really was. Zema Ion and Kenny King. Kenny King is real entertaining to watch. Really entertaining. We didn't get a X division match per se, but it was still good to see the talent of that division in the ring tonight, because the X division is what got me watching TNA from the beginning anyway. Back when you had Styles and Daniels in them in there, and Samoa Joe. I think half of TNA's viewers were built off the old X division back in the day, to be honest. Now let me talk about the negatives of the show. Taz's promo wasn't bad, But as soon as he said the words higher power, I face palmed. I really did. Um, there was you saw Devon at the start of the show, but he's the TV champion. He should be defending that belt every week on TV, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it didn't hurt the show not to have him defend it, but at the same time, it really it docks down the prestige of the title if you don't see it defended. You know, the Knockouts tag titles, like as soon as Eric Young became, it was kind of like, man, but whatever. I don't think no one even remembers that there's a Knockouts tag title right now. Yeah, no TV title defense. That's another minus for me. The biggest minus of the night, which is what I highlighted at the start of this video, was the attack on Jeff Hardy at the end of the night. I literally laughed. I shook my head and laughed. This guy jumped into the ring with a weapon. He had Taz outside the ring as backup. You got backup. You're behind this guy with a weapon. He ran up behind Jeff Hardy, hit him in the leg, knocked him down. This is Jeff Hardy who just wrestled a full match and is fucking gassed and tired. You hit him in the leg with a weapon. He goes down. What do? You don't continue to whoop this dude's ass. You hit him in the leg, you jump out the ring and run to the back after you hit him in the leg. And it's kind of like, okay, okay. You hit him in the leg and ran, man. What the? So Jeff Hardy, I mean, as a fan, how am I supposed to take that seriously? Like, I would have preferred the whole Aces and Eights stable come out there and beat Jeff Hardy's ass at that point. Or at least have Devon come out there and do it since he's supposed to be the TV champion. Showcase that a little bit, but you had a random dude come in the ring, hit Jeff in the leg, and run. Like he hit Jeff in the leg and run. You know, I mean, just has standing outside the ring, talk shit to Hardy, and in the show, I think would have been a better way to close it. But he hit Jeff and ran. It was like, who the fuck does that? Who does that? It really defied my logic at that point. Who hits someone in the back of the leg with a baseball bat? It wasn't a baseball bat, it was a weapon. An unnamed weapon. But if I'm going to jump somebody, I'm going to hit him one time and run. I hit him, he goes down. And I run. I run away. How do you define that jumping someone? The promo Abyss cut. Well, he's not Abyss, but you know what I mean. I like that. It had me laughing a little bit. All right. Best face of the night. You already know it was Hardy. Best heel of the night, Jesse. Fucking hate Jesse so much. So yeah. The most smashable knockout of the night, Christy Hemme. Christy Hemme by a long shot for you Velvet Sky. Whatever. Christy Hemme was the most smashable of the night on the show. And that's all I got. It was a good show. As far as carrying the momentum of last week's Impact, it didn't do too bad. We didn't get overdosed on Aces and Eights like we did in the last few weeks, which was a really good turning point in my opinion for the TNA writers. Rather than focus the whole night on Aces and Eights, the show felt like it was half about Aces and Eights and half about the champion, and then it kind of came together at the end. And I kind of liked how they did that. I just felt that attack at the end just kind of had me like, man, come on, man. Come on, man. These are grown men. If the Aces and Eights members were like 5 years old, then I could see you hitting big Jeff Hardy in the leg and running away. But you're bigger than Hardy is. You hit him in the leg and you run. Come on, man. But nothing new really happened with the Aces and Eights angle. They just mentioned a higher power and attacked Hardy. And the higher power thing, it's like, you remember the Ministry of Darkness in WWE. And at first they were just these fucking loose cannon religious cult type thing. And then Taker comes out, we're serving the higher power, who turned out to be Vince McMahon. And that's why I facepalm. I'm like, man, come on, man. You know, Aces and Eights had a lot of momentum, and this week it just kind of felt like they were just really running in place. Really, you saw, you know, the usual Sheriff's Angle, Sting, Samoa Joe, whatever, make empty threats against the Aces and Eights and all this shit and whatever. There was no Hulk Hogan, really, which might be a good reason why we didn't see the Aces and Eights take over the entire show tonight. But it was a great show, really good show. Loved Bully Ray's promo. Bully Ray, my MVP of the night is Hardy, but right after that I put Bully Ray. That's all I got. It was a good show. Was a good show.